Capricorn, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. This will take you from the 15th to the 22nd. And there's definitely a theme of... There's quite an emotional theme here again, Capricorn. You've got the Page and the King of Cups. You've also got the two Knights, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Knights quite often bring news, okay? So the bottom of the deck is this Knight of Pentacles. He might be one of the earth signs, male or female. But there might be, what I'm hoping, Capricorn, is this is about slow, progressive, but very, very real change going on for you, particularly around the Pentacles, which is the practical, everyday elements of our lives, okay? For some of you, there might be an earth sign, male or female, who's having an impact on you. Or there might just be this sense of slow but gradual progression. The Temperance is your crowning card. Trust your feelings, Capricorn. Trust your guts, because you've got both this Page and both this King of Cups. There's a feeling about you being connected with your instincts. Temperance card is about spiritualizing your emotions, which is about uniting your spiritual eye with your heart, which means your life is moving in alignment. You're no longer torn in different directions, but moving forward in a way that is with your value system, because the earth element can represent your value system. So when we get ourselves in a bit of a mess, there's always a tendency that we're going against ourselves, our head's moving in one direction, our heart in another. There seems to be a really, really good key alignment going on here. Your additional guidance card is flexible. So don't be too... I don't like the word rigid. But don't... Maybe there might be a call to be a little bit adaptable to changing circumstances. You might have to work with what presents itself a little bit in a very sort of open-minded way. I'm just going to begin your reading and see if I can get anything else. So you start the week, a little bit of anxiety around an emotional issue, okay? So the moon can represent family, your mother, housing, but the moon is our deep emotional world, okay? There's a sense of unknown here, about not knowing what's coming next. So that has the potential to create huge anxiety. And you've got the Nine of Swords, this sense of fear that you're in the unknown, that you don't know what the next stage is going to be. This might be around a family issue, or it might be around something connected with your emotions, because I'm looking how you start the week and I'm looking how you end the week with the King of Cups. Someone who's got this mastery over his emotional life, okay? So that's a really, really interesting progression. And Temperance is someone, again, who's very connected with her depths. So I actually love how this is progressing for you, Capricorn, okay? You then move to the Chariot with the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is a card that can quite often bring quite rapid change. Sometimes it feels it comes from nowhere. It's with the Chariot. So I would say this is very optimistic and very, very progressive change. I think for some of you, it's definitely around an emotional issue. But for others, it's around practical matters, work, career, definitely a sense of slowly moving forward, okay? Just give me a minute, because I'm moving on to this Page of Cups. I think it's quite interesting that these two are together, okay? So the Page of Cups can be the start of a new love bond, okay? Definitely. Or for some, this is a very established love connection because the King of Cups is next to it. But maybe there's been some difficulties in it with that moon and that Nine of Swords. And this is a little bit of clearing work, because I always find the Page of Cups is a bit like restoring the harmony and the innocence around a love connection. So I am not sure quite what's going on here. It's with the Two of Discs. So the Two of Discs is a card about letting something go, okay? It's not the Death card, it's nothing like that. But this person holds two pentacles in his hands, and one of these pentacles he's letting go of, and it goes over the rainbow. And behind this rainbow, there's a new horizon and a new land. Quite often, it can come across if someone is investing money on a new training course, and that would mean the Knight of Pentacles is forward motion. But there's definitely some change, and the change seems to be around, I think for some it's definitely around that practical side. This could be a new job, learning a new skill, because the pages are always very new energy. They bring this renewal. They do quite often bring good news as well. But I'm definitely getting some Capricorns investing in building their future, whatever that means to you. When it comes to the discs, it's quite often investing in something, a new set of skills, something like that. But you then move on to the King of Cups with the Magician card. Now the King of Cups has to be the total opposite of how you begin the week, okay? So if the King of Cups isn't a person, this is a figure who's on the middle of the ocean. So the ocean is our collective emotions, and he's got a throne and he sits in it, and he no longer allows himself to be controlled by the ups and downs of everyday life, okay? He's got Saturn in the background, which means he's down to earth. He accepts things as they are. He's not trying to change anything, and he's got a real inner peace. One of my favourite cards, both these cards are actually, because they both speak of emotional well-being, which is fantastic, because you definitely seem to be spending the beginning of the week with some anxiety around an emotional issue. It's with the Magician card. So the Magician card, the picture tells a story. Okay, this is about bringing down very powerful cosmic energy, okay, and trying to focus it on intention, on goals. Some of these goals are definitely practical, but many are emotional goals. He's got the 4 aces, and with this Magician card, what I always say to people is, you can't pour wine on a full cup. So there needs to be a sense of calm and a sense of, I suppose, emptiness, but in the most positive sense of the word. So no longer filled with the anxieties of the 9 and as much fear. It's like the Temperance and the Magician work beautifully together, because as you move into this personal alignment with your emotional world but also your gut world, we're able to receive and download an awful lot more power to set our intentions and to set our path forward in life. But quite often there has to be a change, there has to be a letting go, there has to be a... So if you're gripping too hard or holding on too tightly to something, this new energy can't come through you, which means you can't use it in your own behalf, okay? So, bit of a reading here, Capricorn, as usual. Sorry, I always seem to get readings like this for you. Huge emotional change, okay? An extremely positive emotional change. Moving from this sense of the unknown and anxiety to having this calm little oasis and your heart being pretty open and pretty free. You might be asked to let go of something, this Two of Pentacles. It's a strange card. It's not a card about tragedy or loss. It's just a feeling that you're juggling too much and you have to let something go, or you have to make an investment so you feel more able to move forward in your material life. But quite a lot of the reading also is about receiving guidance, I'd say. When I pull the Temperance card, I always have a feeling that I'm moving forward in a way which is in alignment with my destiny, okay? And if I'm not, I do everything I can to get back to that. And if it means letting go of some stuff, if it means shredding old beliefs so I can restore my peace, that becomes my priority. But how you work with that card is really up to you. But if you work with it, the outcome is pretty outstanding with that Magician and the King of Cups. It's like you're totally centered in your own power. And from there, we're really able to manifest just about anything we want, Capricorn. But there might have to be a little bit of emotional processing and emotional change. But I'm definitely not getting anything disruptive. Remember, flexibility. So don't be too fixed. Try and stay open to whatever this Knight of Swords might bring you away, because he quite often brings in news of quite fast change, and it's with the Chariot, which sort of doubles that meaning. Okay, Capricorn, I'll speak to you later. Loads of love. Bye.